The NBA has seen its fair share of scandalous behavior from team owners over the years. These have ranged from discrimination and racism to financial mismanagement and meddling in player personnel decisions. Some owners have left a stain on the league and their respective franchises. In 2014, the NBA was rocked by a scandal involving Los Angeles Clippers owner Donald Sterling. Recordings of Sterling making racist comments were released to the public. It sparked widespread outrage and condemnation. The incident led to Sterling being banned for life from the NBA, and he was forced to sell the team. It happened like this. In April 2014, TMZ released an explosive recording. It was of a conversation between Sterling and his girlfriend, V. Stiviano. In the recording, Sterling can be heard making a series of racist comments. These included telling Stiviano not to associate with black people or bring them to Clippers games. The recording quickly went viral, sparking outrage from fans, players, and the media. The release of the recording set off a chain of cataclysmic events for Sterling, and these would ultimately lead to Sterling being forced to sell the Clippers. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver announced that Sterling would be banned for life from the NBA. On top of that, he was fined $2.5 million, the maximum amount allowed under league rules. Silver also announced that he would seek to force Sterling to sell the team. Many players and coaches spoke out against Sterling. Even the Clippers players staged a silent protest by turning their warm-up shirts inside out before a playoff game. Other teams and players also showed their support. The Miami Heat wore black armbands during a playoff game, and LeBron James tweeted a photo of himself and his teammates wearing black hoodies. In the wake of the controversy, Sterling agreed to sell the Clippers. The buyer was former Microsoft CEO Steve Ballmer, and the price tag? A record-breaking $2 billion. The sale officially ended Sterling's ownership of the team. Sterling's long history of controversial behavior added to the controversy surrounding the incident. He had previously been sued by the U.S. Department of Justice for housing discrimination and had been accused of making racist and sexist comments in the past. It was a long overdue reckoning for a man who had consistently been accused of bigotry and intolerance. Dan Gilbert, the owner of the Cleveland Cavaliers, has been a controversial figure in the NBA for many years. He has been accused of being a bully by some NBA players and has been criticized for his handling of the LeBron James situation. One of the biggest controversies surrounding Dan Gilbert's ownership of the Cavaliers was his handling of the LeBron James issue. James became a free agent in 2010 after spending the first 7 years of his career with the Cavaliers. Many fans and analysts expected him to re-sign with the team. Instead, he announced that he was leaving to join the Miami Heat. Gilbert's response to James' departure was widely criticized. In an open letter to Cavaliers fans, he called LeBron a coward and a traitor. He then went on to promise that the Cavaliers would win a championship before James did. The letter was an unprofessional response to James' decision, to say the least, and many fans felt it reflected poorly on Gilbert and the Cavaliers. Gilbert had a reputation for other infractions too. He'd been accused of being a bully by some NBA players, among other things. Former Cavaliers player Channing Frye criticized Gilbert in an interview with The Athletic in 2019. He said Gilbert runs the team like it's a fantasy league, and he added that Gilbert tried to one-up people all the time. Frye's comments were echoed by former Cavaliers coach David Blatt. In a separate interview with The Athletic, he said Gilbert was not an easy guy to work for, and he echoed the refrain about Gilbert's bullying nature. Gilbert responded by defending his leadership style. He also pointed to the success of the Cavaliers during his tenure as owner, but the accusations of bullying continued to dog him, and they continued to raise questions about the way he interacts with players and coaches. Robert Sarver has owned the Phoenix Suns since 2004. His tenure has been marked by controversy and conflict, though. He has been criticized for his management style, his treatment of employees, and his unwillingness to spend money on the team. Sarver has been called out for being meddlesome and interfering in basketball decisions. This has led to constant friction between management, coaches, and players. In 2008, he fired head coach Terry Porter after just 51 games. The decision didn't cut it. It was hasty and impulsive at the very least. Sarver has also been criticized for his lack of patience with coaches, and he has proven that he is too willing to make quick changes. He's hired and fired multiple coaches during his tenure, and his constant turnover has been seen as a sign of instability and a lack of direction. Sarver's treatment of employees has also taken flack. A 2019 report by ESPN detailed allegations of a toxic workplace culture within the Suns organization. Multiple former employees described instances of harassment, intimidation, and discrimination. Sarver was accused of creating a hostile work environment and of using derogatory language towards employees. The report also alleged inappropriate comments about women and that he retaliated against employees who spoke out against him. Finally, Sarver has been criticized for his reluctance to spend money on the team. The Suns have been one of the least successful teams in the NBA in recent years. Critics argue that Sarver's unwillingness to invest in the team has contributed to their poor performance. In 2019, the Suns had the lowest payroll in the NBA. Sarver failed to spend money on free agents or make trades that would improve the team. While Sarver continues to defend his decisions and point to the success of the Suns during his tenure, the controversy surrounding his ownership lingers on, and it shows no signs of abating. Michael Jordan's ownership of the Charlotte Hornets has been controversial for several reasons. These include his management style, team performance, and treatment of players. Michael Jordan became a minority owner of the Charlotte Bobcats in 2006. He assumed majority ownership in 2010 and renamed the team the Charlotte Hornets in 2014. Jordan's player-turned-owner management style has been under constant scrutiny. He's known for being hands-on and involved in all aspects of the team's operations. This includes player and personnel decisions. Jordan's lack of experience and tendency to micromanage have been detrimental to the team's success. At least, this is according to Hornets insiders. Under Jordan's ownership, the Hornets have had mixed success on the court. The team has made the playoffs just 3 times since he became the majority owner, and the Hornets haven't advanced past the first round. In addition, the team has had several high-profile draft picks that have failed to pan out. This includes Michael Kidd-Gilchrist and Frank Kaminsky. Jordan has also been heavily criticized for his treatment of players. He is reportedly hypercritical, and he handled the star player, Kemba Walker, really badly. After Walker became a free agent in 2019, Jordan was unwilling to meet his contract demands. This resulted in Walker signing with the Boston Celtics. Both fans and analysts saw this as a failure on Jordan's part to retain the team's best player. With all kinds of sales rumors now swirling around, it remains to be seen how Jordan's ownership will continue to affect the Hornets. While there have been criticisms of his management style and team performance, Jordan has shown a willingness to make changes and invest in the team's future. And if the rumors of a sale pan out, the whole playing field may change for the Hornets. We'll catch you in the next video, folks.